Got these Stanley Fat Max scissors here. These are pretty darn heavy duty. Let's see how it cuts through the package. Oh yeah, with ease, of course. All right, so obviously, if you're going to be buying this thing, you won't exactly care about it. Kind of like me. I actually have a Dremel, and well, I saw this thing, and I really couldn't pass it up, mainly because I can make a video on it and see if it's actually, decent or not. Heck, maybe this will replace my Dremel. No, I'm kidding. I don't think it'll be that good. But for the price, I mean, who knows? Let's go ahead and open this up. By the way, links to pick this thing up will be down below the this video in the description. Yeah, it looks like here we have some of the attachments actually in their own little box. That's pretty nice. There they are. It looks like it's actual drill bits included. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Let's continue ripping this open. There we go. Here we have some, I don't know, I guess you would call these cutoff wheels right there, little tiny ones. And then we also have the power cord right here. So this is one end of it, and then the other end is actually attached to the rotary tool. For the sake of this video, I'm probably just going to call it a Dremel knockoff, because that's kind of what it is. It's kind of made to look like a Dremel, but, obviously it's not. Let's get these out here. They're actually taped in. Nice. There's that. Also have these right here. Another one that kind of fell out there. It's just a whole bunch included. Whole bunch of little things here. And I believe these will actually work with the real Dremel too. So maybe if this thing takes a crap or something, I could use these on my actual Dremel. Oh boy, here it is. Very, very light. On and off switch. Little lock button here, so then you can change out the bits. Yeah, very, very light. Feels cheap, but it is cheap, so that's what I expected. Let's go and unravel this cord here. I'm actually going to plug it in for the first time on camera. Is it off? It is. Okay. Let's plug it in over here. I have to plug my battery charger, and let's turn it on. Okay. That's pretty much what I expected. All right. Well, there it is. Oh boy. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited to do the review on this thing. Anyways, let's put something in the end of here in the, what do we call this? The chuck, maybe? I know that's what it's called on drills. So let's just try it out. All right, so now I have the knockoff Dremel here, the Drill Master. I have this screwed onto there. This was kind of a weird setup. I'll explain later what I think is weird about it. But anyways, let's go ahead and flip it on here, and I'm going to see if I could cut this, just this sheet metal here. I think this is galvanized, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, flip it on. I'm going to stand off to the side in case the wheel here decides to shatter or something. Aside for it, kind of vibrating. I mean, it's getting there. Okay, and I think, yeah, I know what's going on. It's falling out of there. Okay, so that's one of the things I was going to go over, and it looks like it won't come out completely. But this starts to loosen up after a minute, and it allows this to come out, yeah, as you can see right there. So I need to figure out a way to tighten this better. But that's as tight as I could get it, and it's just going to come out. Let's try this again. It seemed to have stopped really cutting after a minute. I don't know if that's because this was falling out or if it's just not, very sharp anymore. Let's try it. Well, go. All right, well, it's getting there. It's eating through that cutoff wheel or whatever you want to call it pretty quickly, though. I can't say I'm surprised. There it is. First test, it seems to be doing okay other than this thing kind of wobbling out of there, but that might be my fault. Maybe I'm not doing something correctly. Not totally sure, but I'm pretty sure I am. Anyways, there it is. I'm going to move on to the next test, which is hopefully something more challenging for it. All right, so now we have the sanding attachment on here. You can see it just falls right off pretty much. You have to kind of, pull it off, but it does come with extras right there, which I was happy to see. Anyways, I was going to actually sand on this piece of metal, but I think I'm actually going to do it on the vise here. This thing's in not really good condition as it is, so I just want to see if it can maybe, sand a little bit of paint off. Let's just try it out real quick. Okay, first flaw. This is just coming right off. Yeah, not good. Okay. Yeah, okay. No, that's not gonna work. That's just gonna keep coming off every 2 seconds. Yeah, look at that. Come on, really? No. Okay, it's doing a fine job, except for the fact that it just keeps coming off here, and now I can't get it off. Jeez. Yeah, the sanding attachment, not very good. Let's try it once more. Seems to be fitting tighter on there now for some reason, which I don't understand. Okay, and now it's good. What the heck? I didn't do anything, it just decided to start working better. I have no idea. Okay, never mind. It's doing just fine now. Kind of odd. Let's try out another attachment as I hit the tripod. Anyways, let's go and find another attachment to do. Next up, I have this wire wheel attachment on the end here. I'm pretty sure I know how this is going to go. I actually had a set of these a couple weeks back that I was using, and they really didn't last long at all. It wasn't out this set, but it might be made from the same manufacturer. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's see how it works. And it is working, but it's already starting to wear down. I mean, it's kind of working. It was working better a minute ago, but now it's kind of not doing much at all. And I'm just trying to sand paint off here. This isn't, heavy-duty paint or anything. I mean, it's scuffing it up, but it's not taking it totally off. Let's see, if I really press on it, it just bogs it down. And I know you guys are probably like, why are you pressing on it so hard? It's because I'm actually kind of trying to, stress test it too. I want to see if I really kind of abuse it like that, is it just going to burn up? Which so far it's not. It's actually kind of cool still. Slightly warm, but not bad. Yeah, the wire wheel attachment, it was working good, but now it's not doing much. It might be good for scuffing up a metal surface with no paint on it, but it's not taking any off now. And again, this stuff isn't on there really good. So, yeah, the wire wheel attachment isn't that great. All right, next task here. We have this wire wheel end on here, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to try to cut some PVC pipe. Now, this isn't very thick stuff. It's about a little bit bigger than my finger. And let's see how it does. Now, first pass, I'm going to be easy on it, see how it does. And then the next pass, maybe even a third, I'm going to be hard on it. I'm going to put a lot of pressure. I really want to see if this thing will burn up easily. I guess we'll see. Anyways, let's go in and do the first pass here. See how it does. Hopefully pretty good. And it's actually bogging it down pretty easily. Very easily, in fact. Very, very easily. Yeah, and I'm not even putting really any pressure. Yeah. I mean, it's getting there, but pretty slowly. It just gets jammed up too easily. That's the problem. It doesn't have enough power. I'm almost done making this cut. Very close, in fact. Let's turn it off, and I should just be able to break it off there. I'm gonna get my screwdriver and wedge it in there. Well, I made it all around mostly. Yeah, as you can see right there. I just missed a little bit out of, at the bottom there. That's why it's not coming off. Let's get that extra little bit with the Dremel or Drill Master. There we go, and I actually noticed, never mind, kind of sounded a little bit different there. All right, next pass, I'm just gonna be really hard on it. Let's try it out. I'll film it if you guys are interested. If not, you could just skip ahead. And actually, hold on. I noticed this thing is starting to come out. I don't know why it's doing that. It's plenty tight. And it's got the right, whatever you want to call it, this thingy in there. It's got the right sized one, so I'm not sure why it's coming out. Come on. Yeah, well, never mind. I guess the first pass I was being pretty hard on it because it just can't do anything really more than that. It doesn't have enough power. That's the problem. It just can't get enough power to overcome, you know, getting stuck, which it's what I expected, guys, for the price, even when the thing isn't on sale. Very, very cheap. And, I mean, I'm not surprised. Anyways, next thing I'm going to do, I really wish I could have tried out, you know, more of this and been more hard on it. But if I do that, I would have just burned it up and, you know, then I couldn't do anything else. Next test, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to do a drop test on the thing. It's cheap enough, honestly. If it breaks, I'm not going to be, you know, mad at myself. It's not a very big loss. I'll probably rarely ever use the thing as it is because I have a Dremel. Let's do a drop test, see how it survives that, and then I'm actually going to do a tear down, take a look inside, and then maybe I'll purposely try to burn it up and see how long it takes. Anyways, let's move on to the drop test. All right, on to the part that I'm actually most excited for, the drop test. So this is about a 3-foot height here. I'm going to drop it from the top of my table here right onto the concrete and see how it does while it's plugged in, of course. Anyways, let's drop it. And okay, it broke the cutoff wheel, but I can't say I'm surprised. I actually broke one with my hand earlier when I was trying to get it on. They're pretty brittle, yeah, as you can see right there. Let's drop it. Well, actually, let's see if it works. Still works. That was a hard one. If it survives all this, I'll be truthfully kind of surprised. Sounds mostly the same. Let's go 3 feet again. Very jumpy, I have to say. Let's pick it up again, test it out. Probably perfectly fine. Yeah, of course. Let's kind of put some force into dropping it. even more jumpy. If it's, oh, there's some rattling inside of there. If it still works after that, I'll be actually pretty happy. It still works. And sounds practically the same. Cool. One more drop with some force, and if it survives that, then I'll go ahead and tear it down, see what's inside, and then after that, I'll kind of, you know, see how long it takes to burn the thing up. It's kind of warm though, I have to say. Wasn't as jumpy that time. Perfectly fine, no problem. Okay, so it survived the drop test. Again, this was only from about 3 feet, but I also put some force into those drops there, the last two, so I survived it. As you can see right there, does the lock still work? It should. And yeah, it works about as good as the lock can work. Anyways, now I'm going to go ahead and tear it down. It looks like we have 2 Phillips head screws on the back here. Doesn't seem like there's one under this label. And then we have to, I'll show you guys. I'm going to have to unscrew this end here, I believe. Yep. And then it should just come apart in 2. I went ahead and took the 2 screws out and this little end right here, and boom, it's apart. Here is the top shelf, or not top shelf, top part. I don't know why I said shelf there. Anyways, this looks all intact, so I'm not exactly sure what was rattling around. Or actually, I see it. Those little pieces of plastic right there. I wonder where that was from. Now I got PVC dust all over my hands. Try to blow that away. Here is the lock right there. And then we have the motor itself, which is actually kind of hot. Here we have the switch. Just a basic little switch, of course. Let's see if we have any writing on the side, which we do. 250 volt, 2, and then 21 amp maybe? Yeah, right there. Made by Chang, okay. And then here is the motor itself. Looks like we have some writing right here. There's that, if you're interested. Very, very small motor. I recently had my my Dremel apart actually to fix the lock, actually, kind of like this one. And the motor was huge in that thing, definitely, at least compared to this. This is very, very tiny. Something you would see in like an RC car even. Yeah, so again, it's what I expected for the price. Now, for where that plastic broke off, I'm not really sure. I don't see anywhere that that plastic would have even gone. I have no idea what that plastic was for, but it seems like it was unnecessary. Anyways, I'm going to put it back together, make sure it still works, of course, and probably end its life. All right, we now have the drill master all put back together, and it does still work. I went ahead and tried it out a second ago. Now I'm just going to see how long it's going to last. Basically, not being able to turn, I'll probably just overheat the motor and, you know, blow the motor, I guess you could say. So here I have the end clamped into the vise here, and you can see if I turn it on, it'll actually try to turn, obviously. So let's go ahead and start the stopwatch on my watch right here, my Apple Watch. Start and turn this on. And you can see it's trying to turn. I'm going to see how long it's going to take until it starts getting warm. It's kind of warm right now. But it was also warm before I did the tear down also. Oh, I feel it's starting to vibrate. I think I see a little bit of smoke there maybe. Definitely feels different. Still working, as you can see. Doesn't seem to be any warmer. I can feel it slightly vibrating. It's getting there. Let's give it a minute. And you can see again, I wonder if I turn it the opposite direction, if that will help burn it up or not. All right, I'm going to I'm gonna stop the video. I'm not gonna actually stop filming, but I'm gonna stop the video and I'll just fast forward until when it starts to burn up. I'm actually gonna go ahead and have to stop this test because dinner is ready as we speak. It's been 7 minutes and 20 seconds, and as far as I could tell, it's still working, and it actually... No, it's still smoking, just not as much. All right, let's turn it off here. It's still quite warm. Turn it off, take it out of the vise here, and I want to see if it still sounds the same. No, definitely not. Oh, look at all the smoke coming out now that it's blowing it around. Oh, wow. That's smoking a whole lot. Jeez. Yeah, very toasty. Okay, so it's still working. Obviously, it doesn't sound nearly as good now because it's burning up the motor. I'll be back after dinner, and hopefully then it will die. All right, so I believe this is about all it's going to do. It's smoking quite a bit, so what I'm actually going to do is bring this outside real quick. I'll go over some more in a minute. All right, I now have this thing plugged in outside. It was smoking way too much in the garage, so I brought it out here. Basically, as you guys saw in the previous clip, I was just pressing on the thing, and it is so hot. It just completely came apart, and it's still smoking actually. So I don't think it's totally burned up quite yet. Also want to point out this end here, it's pretty warm. So I think this thing's practically, I mean, it's obviously done with, but I think it's almost completely done with in terms of it's just not going to work anymore. See inside the, on the inside though, here's the motor. I went ahead and touched this end just a minute ago, and that thing is so hot. I pretty much burned my finger a little bit, a mild burn, but wasn't that much, thankfully. It's still smoking though, so I don't think it's done yet. But you see here, if I press on it, oh no, actually, it's starting to cool down now. But it's just, it's still pretty soft. Dear Lord. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well, guys, I'm just going to call it. That's the end of the Drill Master there. So it lasted, my stopwatch is still going, probably about 24 minutes. Not completely straight, I stopped probably 14 minutes right around, and then I went ahead and ate my dinner, and then I came back down here, and it went for a while longer. Yeah, I'm just going to call it. That's the end of this thing. That is crazy. All right, well, tomorrow, as you can tell, it's nighttime. So tomorrow, I'll give you guys my final opinions on the Drill Master. All right, so overall, what do I think of the Drill Master rotary tool? It's okay. Let's put it that way. For the price, the fact that you could get this thing for very cheap on Harbor's Freight website, it kind of makes it, you know, a rotary tool that it isn't a bad deal if you get it and it lasts a month, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. For me, if you're, you know, always using like a rotary tool daily or something, maybe you have to do that at your job, I do not recommend this rotary tool. Number one, because all of the attachments included are not very good. They seem to kind of work at first and then they just don't work at all. For example, that wire brush, rotary, or not rotary, but the wire wheel, that's what it is. That thing, it started working. It worked pretty good at the beginning, but then it just pretty much stopped working. It wouldn't get any of the paint off the vise, which I found kind of odd. But anyways, if you're going to be using a rotary tool daily, I do not recommend the Drill Master. It's cheap, you know, it doesn't have a lot of power, and really, how long would it last? Think about that. If you're going to be using a rotary tool daily, I would recommend at least a Dremel, or at least a name brand, maybe Black & Decker or something like that. If I was using a rotary tool daily, I would go with like a cheaper Dremel, or even a high-end Dremel. That thing would last you a long time. But in this case, the Drill Master, I mean, if you're in a pinch and you really need a rotary tool, or maybe you're on vacation or something, and you don't have your Dremel with you and you need a rotary tool, so you want to go down to Harbor Freight, pick up a rotary tool. I mean, this thing would be good if you would only use it once in a while, but if you're going to use it daily, go with something higher end. Believe me, it would much be worth it more than the Drill Master. But again, the Drill Master rotary tool, I mean, it worked, but it's just not a fantastic tool. But if you find one at your Harbor Freight for a good deal, heck, pick one up. Maybe it'd be good as a spare. Maybe if your Dremel or rotary tool breaks and you need one, then the Drill Master would be good. But other than that, again, if you're going to be using it daily, just go with something higher end. Anyways, there it is. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.